Look at this scatter plot. The continuous line snaking through the center of the data points illustrates the geometric objective of a regression model. The target here is a continuous number, like predicting the exact price of a house. The goal is to fit a continuous manifold, or trend line, that minimizes the total distance between the prediction line and every actual data point. But if your goal is to predict a category, say whether an email is spam or not, the objective changes. We no longer want to fit a trend line. Instead, a classification model constructs a decision boundary. It partitions the feature space into exclusive regions, separating the distinct groups from one another. To train any machine learning model, we follow a 4-stage pipeline. We prepare the target data, define a loss function, run an optimization algorithm, and measure success with evaluation metrics. Because regression and classification have different underlying geometric targets, the math we use in each of those 4 stages must be handled differently. Let's look at how the pipeline adapts to the shape of the problem. The first stage is preparing the target data. For regression models, target variables represent physical, real-world numerical scales, like dollars, kilograms, or degrees. Because standard algebraic operations naturally apply to these values, they require very little formatting before we feed them into an algorithm. Classification targets are different. They represent nominal categories. Assigning sequential integers to these categories, like making red 1, blue 2, and green 3, forces the algorithm to learn a false numerical hierarchy. Under this assumption, the model would interpret blue as being closer to red than green is. One-hot encoding solves this ordinal bias. As demonstrated in this 3D graph, converting categories into binary vectors maps each class to the vertices of a unit simplex. This makes all 3 points exactly equidistant, preventing the model from assuming quantitative relationships between categories. With the data prepared, we define the loss function, how the model calculates its errors. For regression, the standard is mean squared error, or MSE. By squaring the error, MSE heavily penalizes large deviations from the trend line. However, squaring the penalty makes the model highly sensitive to outliers. A single extreme data point can pull the entire trend line drastically off-center. Now, consider what happens if we apply this same logic to a classification model. If the model outputs relative probabilities instead of physical distances, why would grading its errors with mean squared error cause the entire process to fail? Using MSE on probabilities flattens the gradient, creating a non-convex landscape, where the model gets stuck and stops learning. Binary cross-entropy, or log loss, solves this. It restores a mathematically smooth, convex bowl shape, giving the model a clear path downward to minimize its errors. Properly pairing the target encoding with the correct loss function ensures the model can find a valid mathematical path to learn from its mistakes. That smooth downward path leads to the third stage, optimization. In simple models like linear or logistic regression, loss functions create a convex landscape. Gradient descent locates the single global minimum by following the slope until the ball rests at the absolute bottom center. Deep neural networks operate in high-dimensional parameter spaces with millions of dimensions. The composition of hidden layers transforms this surface. As we zoom out, our perfect smooth bowl is revealed to be a tiny valley within a massive, non-convex mountain range. Here, the optimizer can trap itself on flat saddle points, where the gradient vanishes. Modern optimizers use stochastic noise and momentum to escape these traps. Noise nudges the model away from the exact center of the saddle, while momentum allows it to accumulate velocity and push through the flat region. Once pushed into a direction of negative curvature, the optimizer can rapidly descend the landscape. High-dimensional models require these mechanisms to prevent permanent stalls at saddle points, making momentum and noise functional requirements for training deep learning architectures. Finally, we reach evaluation. This visual shows an RMSE variance distribution graph alongside the R-squared formula. Because regression maps a continuous space, evaluation metrics like root mean squared error measure physical deviation, while R-squared calculates the proportion of total variance explained by the model. Classification tests different attributes, spatial partitioning and relative probability rankings. Accuracy measures the proportion of correctly partitioned regions, while a dynamic ROC-AUC curve tracks the probability that the model will correctly rank a random positive sample higher than a negative one. Reviewing the complete end-to-end parallel process side by side reveals the structure. Regression fits continuous manifolds, using physical numerical scales and variance metrics. Classification partitions space using equidistant binary vectors and probability-based metrics. The geometric intent of a prediction problem dictates every mathematical choice in the pipeline. Aligning these stages with the target's geometry ensures the model converges toward an accurate and robust solution.